What's up, guys? Rob from Legit Miners Game here, bringing another episode of Victoria 2 here in the lands of Colombia. We were debating on our next move here on what to do as far as, how do we want to set ourselves up for colonization and potentially attempting to break into the top 8. We are at 101 points. Spain is at 113. We are number 11 in the world. And I think what I've decided to do is I'm going to attack Sokoto, and we're only going to take one state from Sokoto. I'm hoping that we don't get discovered because I would like to take East Hausaland, and I would also like to come over to Oman and take Somaliland. And the reason why we want to do both is because Hausaland is going to eat into our colonial power. As you can see, we already have a lot tied up in maintenance. So if we go over to Somaliland, we'll get another port. We'll be able to build up that port, which means we'll increase our naval limit and we'll be able to get more colonial power. So, we're going to offset the colonial power that we lose from Hausaland with the colonial power we're going to get from Somaliland. And eventually, I would like to take Benin from Sokoto, but I think it's better to start with Hausaland. Well, now that I look at it, Houseland I think does have more pop. 16, 17, so about, almost 80k. 172, so we're looking at like 250. Yeah, versus Benin, which has just 2 provinces. So there is more pops here in Houseland. So I do want to start with Houseland, then come over, take Mogadishu, and then eventually take a Benin. And that'll set us up to be able to, colonize a lot of the interior. And also Benin will set us up to be able to colonize the coast, which of course, more coast, more naval bases, more colonial power, that sort of thing. So we are currently technically at war with Mexico. The U.S. is manifesting his destiny. He is going for New Mexico and Nevada, Utah. The Ottomans want Lebanon from Egypt. Sounds like a plan to me, Mr. Empire. Oh, excuse me. So that's what I think we're going to do. If we get lucky, we will be able to do both of these wars in short succession. But let's go ahead and see. The U.S. is friendly with Sokoto, but he should hopefully not join against us. Because we should be able to just call him straight up into the war, which means he would not be able to join against us for that war. So I think what we'll do is we will take Somaliland first, so we have somewhere to dock up our ships when we go around here. So let's go ahead and justify on Oman. We could try to humiliate Oman and then add the demand concession war goal for a little bit of prestige, which would bump us up a little bit. But we're just going to go ahead and try to justify for demand concession because it's more, there's more potential infamy there. So if we can get less than 5, it's probably automatically worth it. In that instance, let's go ahead and get our navy going on down to China. We are also starting to industrialize, which is cool. We want to get our industrial capacity up. I think we're going to try and get great power before colonialization, obviously. Ooh, that's good. CB generation speed. Oh no, our monies. Where's all our money going? Probably on construction. Oh, we're funding our army. Whoops. We don't need to do that just yet. Oops-a-daisies. We have an election. We are lowering taxes on capitalists and the poor because we want them to become craftsmen to work in our factories. We could come over here and potentially eat some people like Brunei and Johor, although I think Johor is probably not long for this world. We got 1 infantry. That is perfect. Well, not perfect. Perfect would have been 0, but we got 1, which is totally fine. And the army that we have over here in China will be more than enough to handle Anything Oman can throw at us. We want moralism. We would ideally like to get the reactionaries in power so that we can go ahead and build factories, but we'll see if that's going to happen. If we don't get great power before colonialization, I think that's where we're going to be able to catch up, because finishing colonies gives you prestige, if I remember correctly. Poor strata gain consciousness, please. We would have some rebel formations, but not too many. Oh, gain prestige. And gain conservatives in the upper house? Oh, hell yeah. We actually want the conservatives to stay in power. This unlocks in 1850. So we're going to bank a couple months worth of research. I think you can save up to like a year's worth of research or something like that. So our ships are a little damaged. So why don't we go ahead and fund the army, fund the navy. And our casus belli is until when? 16th of September. Okay. We'll let our ships heal up. Moralism, please. Thank you. Just make sure these guys are healing up. Losing militancy is good. Yeah, our ships are healing up. These guys should be orging up. Who? The flintlock rifle. Interesting. Okay. Get prestige gain. We need all the prestige we can get. Boats are almost fully healed. Get on the boats. We'll sail over to Mogadishu. We could take Kenya, which would allow us to colonize Kenya. Or we could take Somaliland, which would allow us to get all of this into Djibouti. And then we'd have to go Kenya and then into the interior. I think we're going to go for Mogadishu, because you can get a lot of coastline here. Which, you know, we'd already have the naval port there, but, you know, not a huge deal. I suppose we could take a look at the pops and see which has better pops. State map mode. We're looking at 43k. So 43. So 27 and 43 is like 70. That's like another 60, so 130, 140. They're got like 165k. This has 59. Yeah, there's more pops in Kenya for sure. All right, so let's declare for Kenya then. That shouldn't bring us into conflict with the Portuguese. Normally they go for Lindi and Zanzibar. So that shouldn't bring us into issue with them. And we could beat their army anyway. The only problem is their ally is Spain, but you know. Anyway, hello, I would like Omani Kenya. So unload. We'll siege set up and then dock our ships just in case. I mean, we're not going to need that much war score to get it, but I want to actually, yeah, it doesn't make sense to send our ships all the way over there. I was going to say we can dock up our ships for our war with Sokoto, but which I suppose we could justify soon. Nope, I do not want an alliance with the USCA. Does he already want peace? No. Add a war goal. We could humiliate him and get 5 whole prestige. I don't think that would really do too much for us in the way of the world. Well, it would put us over Spain by 1. So is that worth it? And then having to wait to get Sokoto? I think it might be. Okay, add a war goal for humiliate. We would get 5 prestige. I guess technically it would make more sense to try to go for humiliate on somebody like Spain. Because then that would really drop him. It's actually tied with the Netherlands as far as that goes. Let's it's 3 infamy. I suppose we could always justify for a humiliate on Sokoto and then also demand a concession there, which might be worth it. Decisions. I think we justify. It would be a lot easier to get a humiliate off on the Oman versus like Sokoto, who actually has a halfway decent army. All right, yeah, let's do it. Screw it. Is there anything else that gives us more prestige? 2 prestige. Oh, 10 prestige. Oh, but 13 infamy. We don't have the... Alright, screw it. We're gonna go for humiliation on a random nation that nobody cares about. This is probably not a very pro-gamer move to do this, but I'm just worried that if we don't get great power before too long, somebody might like just rush the text for the canal, and then that would really be a pain in the neck. Worst case scenario, we could release Panama to drop our infamy by 5. And then what that would allow us to do is go for Sokoto right away and potentially add a humiliate onto that war as well. Oh, speaking of, remember when I said I don't think Johor is long for this world? Somebody eats them pretty quickly most of the time just because they have gold. Surprised it took until 1850, to be quite honest with you. I'm not justifying on Sokoto just yet because I want to see if this war can bring us into great power status. We're at 9 out of 9 Diplo. Let's continue increasing relations with people that could potentially one day help us go to war with Spain. As I said before, you never want to burn Diplo if you can avoid it. We're getting some craftsmen. Nice. Do we have any projects? Not at the moment. How are our factories doing? Antiochia's starting to get some workers, which is good. Just merge up. Do you want peace yet, my friend? No. Maybe if we go like blockade his ports, he might want peace. Hopefully this attack will also give us oh, Nikes, a little bit of a bump in our prestige. We could go back to encouraging clergymen now. I just wanted to get us some craftsmen so that the factories had some sort of a workforce. And I know I didn't keep it on there for too long. Probably wasn't even worth it. We probably should just walked these guys over. Still don't want peace, huh? Oh no, an Omani Navy. Surely. Oh. Oh, Portugal declared war on Oman. For Zanzibar. Lindy, yeah. That might, oh, there goes Johor. That might change his tune about not wanting to accept peace now that he's in 2 wars. Okay, boom. Oh man, we're only 9. Spain. Oh, Spain dropped to 10. Oh, the Netherlands bumped up. 120, 119. Darn. Well, build a naval base. This tech might help us. No. Oh, number 7. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Portugal. Yeah, sure. 1 military, 1 consciousness. Is there any pops that I really have to worry about here? No. This pop is so low that, like, I don't want the liberal. I do not want the liberals. Okay. Now we can dock up and bring these guys back to China. Oh, baby. Okay. That is awesome. We are a great power in 1851. That is sick. Okay, so we immediately need to start sphering Brazil, Ecuador, and Venezuela. So we're going to put you on. We're just going to... The problem is these guys... Venezuela is sphered by... Venezuela is sphered by the British. And so it's going to be kind of a pain trying to get them into our sphere. But we should be able to do it. Yeah, Brazil is also friendly with the British. They're about to add them to sphere, which is annoying. Ecuador is accusing us. Yeah. We've been discredited in Ecuador by the U.S., who is neutral with them. So it's fine. We can just let that tick up. The U.S. isn't even trying to sphere them. All right, so we need to take advantage of this as much as possible, considering we don't know how long we're going to be a great power. Yeah, Brazil is about to be sphered by the British. Okay, so we're going to... Ecuador wants an alliance. Yes, I'm okay with that. Considering I want to protect him in a potential war anyway. I don't think we could build any more troops in Africa now. We just, oh yeah, so we're already number 8. Oy. Yep, Omani Lindy. I don't think we're like too far ahead of number 9. 124, 122, yeah, the Netherlands. So we need to kind of rush sphering these guys. We could also potentially try to justify a war, specifically like Brazil, right? Add to sphere for infamy. Now the problem is British could potentially intervene in that kind of war because they are friendly. So that wouldn't be great. So hopefully we can get them peacefully. Okay, we can stop funding the army and stop funding the navy. And we're making a lot of money. So let's lower taxes even more. So that's a max naval base. That's a almost max naval base. Okay. The good news is because we are neighbors with them, you get a bonus to your how much influence you generate because we share a border. Something that the UK does share a border with Venezuela and Brazil, but nobody shares a border with Brazil or Ecuador. So we should get a little bit of a leg up there. And they stopped short of actually sphering them, which is weird. I wonder if they're waiting just to like ban us or something. Naval bases are finishing, which is always good. Ethiopia is destroying them. Yeah, so eventually we will justify on Sokoto. We could do it now if we released Panama, but I don't think I want to do that just yet. Yeah, we're generating a lot of influence on Ecuador. We're already up to friendly. Yeah, okay, we got banned. So we're banned for a year, I think. Almost a year, yeah. Okay. That is fine. We can try to get Venezuela in the meantime. Let's see if we start influencing him if the UK is going to respond. Unfortunately, we can't... like, we can't... Where is it? Like, invest in them, I don't think. Political reforms, trade unions, please. Because I think if you invest, yeah, Colombian investment. Cut Chile down to size, okay. Yeah, nobody's even trying for Ecuador, so we're just gonna get them straight up. Like I said, we could potentially just try to go to war for Brazil. But that would risk a war with the UK, which even with the US, I don't think we could win. So, yeah, Colombia, the Ottomans, how are we doing on score? 130, 126, yep. And we're just waiting for our infamy to tick down to potentially declare war. Okay. So we're going to add Ecuador to our sphere. Very nice. Which means we can put him down to 1 tick. So he's not reacting to us influencing Venezuela just yet, which is good. Oh, we have 117 colonial power. I think that means some of our dockyards may have finished. I think these should all be the max levels here. Currently, level 2s. Okay, Venezuela. Increase our relations. People want another thing. Yeah, we'll just keep giving them trade unions because that gives them social reform desire, which is always good. Bolivia, not now. Increase relations with Brazil because having positive relations with a country also changes how much influence you can get within them. So make sure nobody's mucking around in our sphere. I can gain a cut down to size causes belly on Oman. That would actually be really good because that gives us a lot of prestige. Unfortunately, this expires in July. Our truce lasts until 1857, which means we would have to break our truce, which would give us a bunch of negative prestige. So it's really not even worth it. In the meantime, keep increasing relations here. Okay, yeah, now he's reacting to us influencing Venezuela. Let's see if we stop. Will he stop? He's not stopping. Oh, wait. Gain cut down to size on Bhutan. That could potentially be interesting. I don't think we can even reach Bhutan. Where is Bhutan? Yeah, we would have to get access through either Burma and Tibet or the British. Yeah, and they hate us. Yeah, so that's what's going to happen, which is unfortunate because that, again, those CBs give you a lot of prestige, which would be pretty cool. 20.5. We'll let that burn down to 20 just so we're super duper safe. We've been discredited in Venezuela. We've been discredited in Brazil. Okay. Can we get another naval base? No, in 2 years. Okay. Max national focus. We don't have enough pops for that. Let's go ahead and get some of these industry techs. Hopefully bump up our industry score. We'll wait until we're not discredited anymore there. Until February. Okay. There's no point in influencing them while you're discredited because the UK can just they can just, what's it called? They can just get the influence faster than you, and then they'll just ban you outright. I mean, I guess we could also discredit the UK, but we can just keep like sniping the influence. Increase opinion. We are now friendly, which is good. How are we doing in Brazil? We're only at 4.3, so we'll wait until February for that. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh my god, we just got 15 prestige. Wow, that's huge, actually. Yeah, we are way ahead now, which is awesome. Consciousness, yep. That gives us some really good breathing room here in order to pull this off. February 25th. Okay. Residency, please. Are there any projects we can invest in? Not yet. Okay. Okay. We can go ahead and keep influencing. And we're just gonna race here. France to go to war on Spain. Yep, that makes sense. We'll go down to 1 on that. And we want to keep an eye on what Britain's doing in these two nations. Protectionism. Yep. Okay, we're gonna stop in Venezuela because he's noticed us there. Let's see if we can bump ourselves up to friendly in Brazil before he notices. Increase opinion coming up. Jingoism is always good. Okay. We are at 19.5, which is good. Let's go ahead and see if we can declare war. Potentially on good old Sokoto. We could, now that we are a great power, we could decrease the US's opinion of Sokoto. Which means he wouldn't be able to join wars against us. Let's see if he's going to react to us influencing here. Immediately call it unfortunate. There is a crisis in Thessalia. Okay. We don't have to join because this is not on our continent. I believe if you don't join a crisis that's on your continent, you do lose prestige. Germans are going to back the Ottomans. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. Let's see, can we start influencing Venezuela potentially? Discredited in Venezuela. That is fine. We'll stop influencing Venezuela. He is not reacting to us at all in Brazil, which is great news. Because we have to get up to 100 in order to remove him from Britain's sphere. And it looks like Britain is just going to completely ignore us here, which is awesome. Which means we can full focus Venezuela. And, okay, we've gained our Casus Belli here. I know this is a long episode. So actually, yeah, let's end the episode here. We are officially number 8 in the world. And because of a good prestige pop, we have a pretty good cushion over the Netherlands. We just need to sphere Venezuela and Brazil. And once we sphere those two, we will be able to go ahead and form Gran Colombia. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys again next time.